Hello and welcome to the English Box. Today we're going to talk about the difference between will and going to. On the screen in front of you, you can see three sentences. I'll call him tomorrow, I'm going to call him tomorrow, and I'm calling him tomorrow. These three sentences show us the three different forms for expressing the future. We have the future with will, I'll call him tomorrow, the future with going to, I'm going to call him tomorrow, and the future with the present continuous and time expression, I'm calling him tomorrow. Today we're going to do some exercises on the difference between these three forms rather. So, if we move on to the second slide, we can see the structure of these three forms, beginning with will in the light blue color. You can see that the structure is the subject plus will plus the infinitive and then any complement. So I will call him tomorrow. I is the subject, then will, then the infinitive to call, and then the object him and the time expression tomorrow. Now this will form is used for actions decided in the moment of speaking. For example, if I drop my pen on the floor, I say I'll pick it up. Not I'm going to pick it up, but I'll pick it up, because I decide to do it in the moment of speaking. So I'll pick it up. And in yellow, we can see the structure of going to. Again, we begin with the subject. Then we have the verb to be in its conjugated form. Going to plus the infinitive and any complement. So we have in the example I as the subject, am as the conjugated form of the verb to be, going to call him tomorrow. Finally, in green, we have the structure of the present continuous with time expression. Again, we start with the subject, then the conjugated form of the verb to be, and then the verb with ing, followed by the complement. So I'm calling him tomorrow. It's very important in this third example that we include a time expression, because if we don't include a time expression, it means the action is happening now. So the listener must know when the action is going to occur, either from the context or from the sentence itself. Now both these two final forms, the going to form and the present continuous form, are used for planned actions. And the present continuous form is normally used for actions in the near future. This means that the going to form and the present continuous form are arguably the most widely used forms for the future, for talking about the future, because people generally talk about the plans that they have for the future, more so than these decisions or actions that are made in the moment. Okay, moving on to the next slide. I have a quick exercise for you. Here you have 10 sentences. They're all incorrect because they are in the present simple with a future time expression. What I want you to do is to change these sentences from the present simple into the future with going to. So to give you an example with number 1, it says I go to the supermarket tomorrow. If this is a planned action, it should be I'm going to go to the supermarket tomorrow. I'd like you to do the same for sentences 2 to 10, and then I'll show you the answers. So pause the video now. Okay, so looking at the answers now, you should have number 1, I'm going to go to the supermarket tomorrow. Number 2, I'm going to eat in a restaurant this evening. Number 3, he's going to play football on Wednesday. Number 4, they're going to sign the contract next year. Number 5, the general election is going to take place this year. later this year, sorry. Number 6, Gordon Brown is going to resign as Prime Minister. Number 7, I'm going to fast during Lent next year. Number 8, we're going to increase our profits this coming year. Number 9, the company is going to go bankrupt sometime in the next 4 months. And number 10, you are going to watch the Wimbledon final this summer. Okay, so like I said, we use will for the more spontaneous actions, more spontaneous decisions, things decided in the moment, and we use going to for more planned actions. So in front of you we have another exercise with 5 different questions, and A and B show 2 different possible responses or answers to these questions. You have to decide which is the most appropriate. So the first question, do you have any plans for this evening? Yes, I'll write some postcards, or yes, I'm going to write some postcards. Which is the best answer? Hopefully you think number or letter B is the right answer, or the best answer. Because this is a planned action, we would express the response with going to. How about number 2? I'm too tired to drive any further. Okay, I'm going to drive, or okay, I'll drive. Hopefully here you think letter B is the best answer, because this is a more spontaneous decision, something you decide in the moment. Your partner turns to you and says, I'm too tired to drive any further, and so immediately you think and you offer yourself to drive. I'll drive. Number 3, I'm afraid your train is delayed. Really? Oh well, I'll take the bus then. Or really? Oh well, I'm going to take the bus then. Again, A would be the best option because it's decided in the moment. The loudspeaker, the tannoy said delayed, and you say, really? Oh well, I'll take the bus then. Number 4, when is your wife's birthday? Possible responses, on February the 4th, we're going to have a big party. Or, on February the 4th, we'll have a big party. Again, letter A sounds the best because you're talking about a planned action. Number 5, I can't carry this rucksack any longer. Possible responses, I'm going to carry it for you, or I'll carry it for you. Again, B would be the best response because you decide this action in the moment. It's not a planned action. Okay. Moving on from the affirmative sentences and responses, we are going to look at question formation. Here you have 5 affirmative sentences. All I want you to do is to turn them into questions. Very simple. To make a question with going to, all you have to do is to swap the subject and the auxiliary verb. This means that the verb to be comes first, followed by the subject. So you are going to the cinema turns into or becomes, are you going to the cinema? Okay, if you'd like to do the same with the following 4 affirmative sentences and turn them into questions, pause the video and let's have a look at the answers. So here are the answers. Are you going to the cinema tomorrow? Number 1. Number 2, is he going to watch the football this evening? Number 3, are we going to go out tonight? Number 4, are they going to have a meeting on Friday afternoon? And number 5, is she going to take the day off work next Wednesday? Okay, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope I've helped you to understand the difference between will and going to. Thank you very much for watching, and if you'd like to join us for any more classes on the English Box, just come along and register. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.